Okay, so now it's been a little while since I did a product review, but somebody contacted me and said would I like to review this Christmas light. It's not Christmas, it's actually a few months to go, but let's have a look at what we've got. So this is the Arotek Christmas projector. So let's see what we get in the box. Instruction manual. Looks fairly straightforward. An Allen key, I imagine that's important. A remote control. Interesting, it's an RF one. Looks like it takes two AAAs. Oh, that's kind of them. I've got two AAAs in the box. There's a metal spike for anchoring the thing in the ground. It's quite good actually, it's quite substantial. Good, and the light itself, which is very solidly built, metal construction. There's a mounting bracket there that can be fixed to the wall or to the ground mounting spike somehow or other. Oh yeah, there's a little Allen key bolt there. So that's the light itself, and there is a power supply, which goes on the end of there. Now I've got the UK version. There's a link in the video description below which will be to the US power supply version. They very kindly sent me the UK version, and at the moment I don't have the link for the UK version, but as soon as I've got that I'll put it in the video description. So that's everything in the box. So let's see what we actually got. Let's see if we can just power it up and do something, shall we? Nice long cable. Obviously this does require mains power, so it's designed to be used outdoors, so presumably is weatherproof. There's a laser warning on the thing there. Laser aperture. Don't shine it in your remaining eye. Okay, and that clips onto there. It looks like there's supposed to... Ah yes, look, here we go. So, on the cable, there's a little screw fitting, because when we plug that into there, we can then screw it home to give it a little bit of protection against the elements, I presume. I still wouldn't plug that in outdoors on its own. That has to be inside some sort of waterproof housing, and then the cable needs to run out to the light itself. So let's plug it in and see if it does anything. Oh, straight out of the box, look, it produces a very striking and quite bright red and green sparkly checkerboard type of pattern, which is very slowly rotating, which is quite nice actually, quite decorative. We'll take this outside in a minute and test it, but it's lovely and bright. But let's have a look and see if we can figure out what this remote control does. We'll need to put the batteries in. Right, so batteries in. There's a bit of protective film that comes off of there. Makes it look a little bit nicer, although it's still oddly wavy and wobbly. Bit of plastic here. It's almost like it's got a sticker. Yeah, it's got a sticker on top of a little project box type thing. Anyway, let's plug it in now and see if we can figure out what these different buttons do. So, oh, this one just chooses the colour, so we can have red only, or green only, or both. Okay, and then flash is a kind of flash effect. And oh, we can have different speeds of flashing. Don't really like flashing anyway, but let's have a look. And then speed, we can actually ramp up the speed of rotation of the effect, which is a little bit more pleasing than the flashing, certainly. Let's see how fast it goes. I think that might be the limit there. So we end up with a kind of swirly. I've got to say actually I think that's quite nice actually. Quite a nice effect. It looks like there's also a timer on there, so you can set it to run for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 or 8 hours, so that would be good. So in the evening you'd put it on 6 hours and it would turn itself off at midnight. and then there's a timer reset button. Simple as that. Okay, so let's take it outside and give it a proper test out in the garden. So here we are outdoors. I've got this plugged into just a domestic extension lead. As I say, you would need to make some sort of waterproof arrangement for power. But if you're a person who's got lots of Christmas lights in your garden, I imagine you've got that covered already. It's got about probably 5 meters of waterproof cable, and the device sticks on a spike in the ground. So let's turn it on and see what we get. Whoa, that's actually quite impressive. So I'll turn the torch off and let's have a look at what we're actually seeing on the house. Now, I don't know how well this is coming out on the video, but what I'm actually seeing is a very broad and bright moving light show on the side of my house that's covering the whole of the house, and it's very, very pretty, and it's very bright and colourful. I do hope you can see that, because it's actually quite good. Let's see if I can take the camera in a bit closer, and then maybe we'll get a better idea of what the effect looks like when it's on the wall of the house. So here we go. We're looking at the wall of the house now, and the only illumination we've got on this house is one feeble little street light over there and the laser dots. So there we go. So up the side of the house is all very nicely illuminated with red and green Christmassy lights. So kind of a cool way of covering a very large area with festive lighting without having to run lots of cables and wires and things. Cool. I think maybe I will be having outdoor lights this Christmas. Right, I'm not sure you could really get the proper effect outside, but this gives you more of an idea of what it's like. This is projected on my ceiling inside with just a small amount of ambient lighting. This is what it really looked like outside, but the camera wasn't picking it up when it was on my outside wall. So quite a spectacular and bright effect. Okay, so thanks for watching that. This is the Arotek Christmas light projector. I was very pleasantly surprised with how good that was and how much of an area that covers. I think that's probably one of the easiest ways to get a large Christmas lighting effect outside in your garden. So thanks for watching.